Let's face it, product management isn't about building great products. It's about navigating challenges, learning from failures, and growing through every missteps. And trust me, I've had my fair share of some very big missteps. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Teresa and I'm a product leader based in Melbourne, Australia. And on this channel, we explore strategies and tools that inspire us to keep growing in our product career. In this video, I will be sharing the top 5 mistakes I have made as a product manager, how this has impacted my journey, and how I have overcome it, so hopefully you won't need to go through these heartaches. Number 1 is jumping into solutions before framing the problem. Let me start by saying that this was so easy for me to fall into this trap. Coming from being a business analyst background, most of the time I was gathering requirements, fixing problems, at the same time never even really asked what we are trying to solve. It was more like, hey, what are we building and what are your requirements? So what was the impact of all this? Well, initially my stakeholders loved it. I was seen as that fast lane to get their ideas executed because I wasn't really asking many questions and being that yes person to get more credibility on the table. But here's the problem, my team hated it. By rushing to solutions, I often missed uncovering the root cause of the issues. This led to wasted time, subnormal outcomes, and frustrated teams when the results didn't align with expectation. Even worse, those stakeholders that loved me started losing trust because the business metrics weren't improving, and no one was accountable for this but me. So how did I go about fixing it? I shifted my focus to remind myself that solving the right problem is the most important than solving it quickly. I built a habit of asking questions like, what is the real problem here? Why is this happening? What would success look like if we solved this? Then embracing the problem discovery phase by using some frameworks like the 5 whys or jobs to be done to get to the root cause of the problem. And then focusing my attention on outcomes, not outputs, by asking what are we trying to achieve? And finally, took my time framing from a problem statement perspective before any solution was developed. My second mistake directly tied to the first, influencing without context. Since I was in solution mode, I told my team what to do without providing the why. This led to frustration and resistance from my team. They didn't understand the purpose behind the work, which made them skeptical, and questions kept piling up and piling up. Additionally, other stakeholders were super confused when their work wasn't being prioritized and without any proper context or reasoning. So I fixed it by shifting my focus to see myself as a storyteller whose role is to align the team around a shared understanding of the problem and the why behind every decision that was being made. I built a habit of always asking myself, do I have enough context to explain this to someone else clearly? If the answer is no, pause and gather more information. Practice framing problems in a way that resonates with my team and stakeholders, using clear, concise narrative backed by data or customer insights and stories. And then have regular check-ins for understanding by asking my team and stakeholder, hey, does this make sense? Next is relying on name dropping. Now, early on in my career, I occasionally lean on authority figures or name dropping other people to influence decisions, especially when I lacked context. This hurt my credibility. My team saw it as a lack of ownership, as if I was just following orders instead of focusing on what mattered the most, the customer experience and the outcome. It also strained the trust. They didn't feel that I had their best interest at heart and had zero empowerment to do anything within the team without asking for permission. So I shifted my focus on trusting in my own expertise, insights, and reasoning, which can influence people positively, and I saw authority figures as partners, not crutches. I would prepare for discussions by collecting customer insights, data, and measurable outcomes to support me and my team's point of view. embrace in constructive debate with stakeholders and my team, be open to pushback, and use it as an opportunity to refine my own understanding and knowledge at the same time. Reflecting on my wins and remind myself of situations where my own approach led to success to build confidence in my own leadership. Next is not spending enough time with customers. Now, at first, I relied too much on assumptions rather than connecting with real customers. Why? Because the process just felt too long. Getting approvals, waiting for customers to be available, building criteria, it all seemed overwhelming. So I relied on my own perspective. Big mistake. This led to rework, missed opportunities, and wasted effort. Worst of all, what I thought was important, my customer just didn't care about it, and eventually led to zero outcome and not meeting our team goals. So I shifted my focus to getting at least 5 customer interviews to build my conviction and insight stronger. I worked with some of the amazing researchers within the company and outside who showed me simple process in getting customer interviews set up quickly and starting interviews within a week. Simple processes and technique that is reusable to reduce the upfront effort. Then building hypotheses and framing customer feedback as opportunities for discovery, not validation. Bring my team into the process to hear directly from the customers, and developed a principle within our team that we will all contribute into getting customer feedback and insight fortnightly to assist us with better decisioning. And lastly, trying to shoulder everything alone. As a product manager, we juggle a lot. Strategies, design, to research, to moving technologies, you name it. I thought I had to master it all to help my team succeed. This backfired in 2 major ways. My team, who were experts in their domain, just needed me to provide context and the right problem to solve. They didn't need me to be doing their jobs, and frustrated because I would give directions when I'm not an expert in the domain, and giving the wrong advices and being a complete micromanager. And next, I was burnt out. There wasn't enough hours in the day to do everyone's job, and I ended up being sick and falling even further behind. So I shifted my focus on recognizing that my role is to set direction and enable my team, not to do everything myself. Trust that my team to excel in the areas of expertise. So I learned to delegate tasks intentionally, not just offload work, but give ownership and context, and trust that they will solve the problems in their own domain. Shifting my focus from doing to guiding, spending more time creating clarity, defining priorities, and fostering collaboration. Establishing a culture where my team felt empowered to make decisions and come up with solutions together. And even at times making decisions for me when I'm not around, because they knew the type of question I will ask to form a product decision. Overall, mistakes are part of learning process, and all these realizations to overcome them takes time. You won't be able to fix them overnight, but gradual changes and being transparent about your mistakes you've made will build a strong, trusted team and stakeholders, which leads to long-term sustainability for your growth and your health. If you find this video helpful or inspiring, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you'd like to share your experiences on overcoming situations, please leave in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.